From the trading floor of the NYMEX, I'm Jill Malandrino for the street with our commodity wrap up. And Peter, what a week it was, particularly with the ECB and their rate decisions, or the lack thereof, of moving them. Lots going on in oil and gold. What are your thoughts here?
Well, I don't really know what to say about gold because it's really not my area. But as far as crude oil goes, it's the same old story. It picks its head up. It looks like it's off to the races, and then just ends up a big failure and ends up lower. We end up 200 points, and all of a sudden we end up down $1.50 at the end of the day.
But it feels a little bit different over the past 5 trading sessions,
yes,
because we're in a range right now. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I guess once February went off the board and you have March on the board, it does seem like we did make somewhat of a base. That contract's a little higher than February was, and it is bouncing back and forth. There's no follow through either way. But we did have that for a while in the February contract till it decided to fall apart again down to 43.
But in November, you correctly predicted we can get to a $50 handle. Fabulously right on that. But we're here now with a 40 handle, and where are you in terms of the stages of the game? Is this going to be another month or two of this back and forth action? Will it go into the 30s? Will we see a bounce from here?
Well, if you go back to history and you look back on 2009 when it fell to $33, it happened pretty quickly. When it happened, we fell. It took a couple of months from these levels for it to fall to $30. So if it's going to happen, I would suspect that it's going to happen quickly. But the weather right now, with it being a little colder, maybe that's stabilizing things. I'm hearing that they can store crude oil and sell it out a year and make a nice return on it. Maybe that's holding it up right now. But I think in the end, if nothing happens with supply and demand, it should head south.
Okay, thanks very much, Peter.
You're welcome.
For the trading floor of the NYMEX, I'm Jill Malandrino for the street.